Have you ever felt like your house is screaming at you? That the mess steals your peace, that no matter how much you clean, it always feels like something's missing, as if chaos is embedded in every corner, invading your mind and your heart. Maybe you've tried everything, tidying up again and again, making lists, organizing, but the exhaustion piles up, and still, something doesn't quite fit. You don't feel at peace, you can't find that harmony you long for. Maybe it's not just a matter of cleaning. Maybe there's something deeper, something you can't see but can feel. Maybe what you're really missing is purpose. That is the key. Because when a home is aligned with who we truly are, when it is guided by strong values and principles that connect us to the eternal, everything starts to fall into place. And that goes far beyond just having a tidy house. It's about having a home that breathes what we believe. Holy Week is not just a vacation. It's not just a few days off or an excuse to rest from work. This season is the perfect time to pause. To look around inside your home and ask yourself, is my house aligned with the values my heart speaks of? Is my home reflecting the peace, unity, and faith I want to dwell in it? Or maybe it's become a reflection of exhaustion, frustration, broken relationships, and things that never get finished. This video is not for just anyone. It's for you, brave woman, the lady of the house, the one who carries far more on her shoulders than others can see. You are the one who cares, who feeds, who organizes, who prays. Many times, you feel like everything depends on you, and even though you give it your all, it seems like what you do is never enough. Today, I want to tell you that this 7-day challenge is not just about organizing objects or making your home look prettier. It's not just about dusting furniture or surfaces. This challenge is about restoring your home from the inside out, restoring your soul, your family, your faith, and all of it according to eternal principles. We're going to tidy up, yes, but we're also going to heal. We're going to clean, but we're also going to restore what is often forgotten: family bonds, relationships, the purpose God has for your life as a woman, as a mother, as His daughter. This challenge is not just one more task. It's an opportunity to bring your home into alignment with what truly matters. Over the next 7 days, I invite you to go beyond the physical. We're going to involve your emotions, your thoughts, and your spirit. We're going to work not only with cloths and cleaners, but with prayer, forgiveness, and restoration. Because when a home is at peace, it becomes a refuge for everyone who lives in it. And that peace isn't achieved by human effort alone, but with the guidance of a divine purpose. So, woman of faith, of work, of sacrifice, this challenge is for you. Because you are the one who can transform your home. You are the one who can, with God's help, restore every corner, both physical and emotional. Let's begin this journey together. Let's tidy up your house, but also restore your heart, your family, your life. This is your moment. Don't let routine make you forget what truly matters. Let's transform your home from the inside out. Day 1. Clean the heart of your home. The first step of this challenge isn't sweeping the floor, moving furniture, or changing curtains. The first step is to honestly look at the heart of your home. That place where your family gathers, where meals, words, and silences are shared. But also the yelling, reproaches, and hard looks. That physical and spiritual space where tension has often been breathed instead of peace. Maybe it's the living room, where the kids fight over the remote. Or the kitchen, where you cook in a rush and in fatigue while no one notices your effort. Or the table, which once was a place of blessing and is now just another part of the daily routine. That's where you need to begin. Don't clean just for the sake of cleaning. Don't do it with anger or resignation. Clean with intention. With every cloth you pass, with every item you tidy, say to the Lord, I give you this space. Make it yours. Fill it with your presence. Because it's not just about changing the look of a place, it's about healing its atmosphere. About inviting God in, not as a guest, but as the Lord of the house. Do it alone, if you must. Don't wait for others to notice what you already see. Turn off the background noise, play some soft worship music, open the windows and let the air, the sun, and the Spirit in. And as you clean, pray. Pray in a whisper or in your heart, but pray sincerely. Ask God to make that place no longer a battleground, but holy ground. That no more hurtful words get absorbed into the cushions, no more frustrations into the walls. Let every corner reflect His love. Remove what gets in the way. And I'm not just talking about objects. There are things that shouldn't be there anymore. A letter with bad news, a decoration that brings back painful memories, a piece of furniture that's become a symbol of arguments. If something steals your peace every time you see it, let it go. Set yourself free. When you're done, sit there. Look around. Take a deep breath. And say this verse aloud. By wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. Wisdom doesn't lie in doing everything perfectly. It lies in taking the first step, even if it's small, but with faith. It's in deciding that this home will be a place of unity, not division. That this Holy Week, more than seasonal cleaning, you're going to make a consecration. Today, you're not just cleaning a room. Today, you're cleaning the heart of your home. And when the heart is in order, everything else falls into place. Day 2. Organize with purpose. Organizing is not just moving things from one place to another. It's not stacking items in boxes to hide them or shoving clutter behind a closed door. Organizing with purpose means looking at every corner of your house and of your life and asking yourself, does this edify me? Does this serve me? Does this honor God? Mess doesn't just tire the eyes, it drains the soul. It causes us to stumble physically and emotionally. A disorganized house is often the reflection of a saturated heart. That's why today, you're not organizing to make your house look good. You're organizing so your home can breathe, so you can rest, so God can dwell there more freely. Start with one room. Don't pressure yourself to do everything today. Take a drawer, a shelf, a box, and take everything out. One by one. Look at each object as if you're seeing it for the first time. How many things are you keeping out of habit? How many are taking up space but no longer serve any purpose? There are items that bring joy, memories that nourish. But there are also things you keep out of guilt, toxic nostalgia, or unnecessary attachment. Clothes you no longer wear, papers you never read, decorations that no longer match who you are today. Some things have been with you for years and have already served their purpose. Let them go. Get rid of the unnecessary with love, not pain. Don't cling to what is no longer part of your journey. Because organizing is also letting go. And letting go is not losing. It's making space for the new, for what God wants to give you. Organize with gratitude. Each thing that leaves your home, say goodbye with thanks. Thank it because at some point it served you, helped you, accompanied you. And now, with that same gratitude, say goodbye. While you do this, meditate on Ecclesiastes 3 verse 6, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away. Today is that time. The time to search for what truly matters and release what only takes up space. The time to keep with intention what builds you up and to discard without guilt what gets in the way. Don't tidy up like someone arranging the surface. Tidy up like someone cleansing an altar. Let every drawer have peace, every shelf have meaning. Let your home begin to reflect the clarity you're seeking in your life. Because organizing with purpose is not just a domestic task. It's a spiritual act. It's telling God, here I am, ready to let go of the old and make space for what's coming, for what you have prepared. And when you finish, don't expect applause. Look around. Feel the lightness. Take a deep breath. You're building order from within. You're planting peace. And that transforms homes. Day 3. Purify the atmosphere. There's something in the air we often don't see, but we feel. It's not dust. It's not dirt. It's a heavy, dense atmosphere. As if fatigue has stuck to the walls. As if the house is silently sighing, waiting for someone to set it free. Has it happened to you? Have you walked into a room and felt like it drains more energy than it gives? Today is the day to change that. To purify the atmosphere. To renew the air, not just physically, but spiritually. Because a house can be clean, yet still be filled with sadness, anguish, unspoken words, and unhealed wounds. And you are not called to survive in a place like that. You are called to dwell in a space where your soul can breathe. Start with something simple. Open the windows. Open the curtains. Let the sunlight in. Let the wind blow through. Let God enter with His creation. Let nature touch your home and remind it that it is still alive, that it can still heal. Don't do it in a rush. Do it like someone opening the doors for the King. Because that's exactly what you're doing. You're saying, Lord, come in. Fill this place. Touch every corner with your presence. And as the air moves, let the complaints, the hopelessness, the oppression move out as well. Let your home breathe life, not exhaustion. Play music. But not just any music. Play music that edifies. That lifts your spirit. That connects you with the eternal. That speaks to your soul of what is true. Choose worship songs, hymns, soft melodies that break the silence with faith. Let the atmosphere be transformed with every sung word. Music not only changes the air, it changes the people who live there. And then, the scents. Have you noticed how a single smell can bring memories, emotions, sensations? In the Old Testament, incense was more than a fragrance. It was a symbol of prayer, of worship, of surrender. May my prayer be set before you like incense, says the psalmist, Psalm 141 verse 2. The aroma offered on the altar wasn't meant to please man, it was a spiritual expression that rose up to heaven. You can do the same today. Use natural aromas. Essential oils, fresh plants, citrus peels in hot water. You don't need to spend much, just have the right intention. Let that scent be an offering. Let it purify, consecrate, and declare that this space is sacred. That the enemy has no place in your home. That your home belongs to God. Walk through your house and pray in a low voice. You don't have to shout. Just say with authority, this place is a living altar. Here dwells the peace of God. Here faith is breathed in. Fear cannot enter here. Here there is freedom. And as you do this, you'll see something start to change. Not just in the atmosphere, but within you. Because when you purify the place where you live, you also cleanse the corners where your spirit rests. Today your home is not just being aired out. Today it is being consecrated. Today it becomes that little corner of the earth where God walks joyfully, where His presence is felt, not as a visitor, but as the loving owner who transforms it constantly. Take a deep breath. Look around. You're not in just any house. You are in your sanctuary. Day 4, restore relationships. Today we're not moving furniture or cleaning windows. Today we're touching something much deeper, the bonds. Because a house can shine on the outside and still be broken inside. You can have clean curtains and an organized pantry, but if the hearts in that place are distant, wounded, or filled with pride, then the house remains incomplete. A house is not built with walls alone. It is built with bonds. With honest looks. With conversations that heal. With hugs that melt away years of coldness. And even though this hurts more than mopping the floor or emptying a closet, it is worth infinitely more. Ask yourself, who do you have an uncomfortable silence with? Who do you speak to every day? But without soul, without tenderness, just out of habit? Who do you owe an apology to that you've postponed because you think too much time has passed? Today is the day to face that. Don't wait for the other person to take the first step. Be the brave one. The one who understands that a house without love is just a structure. Knock on that door. Sit at that table, find that moment. Speak. But not to defend yourself. Speak to connect. To close cracks. To restore what time, harsh words, or indifference have worn down. You don't need perfect words. Sometimes, a heartfelt "I'm sorry" is enough. Sometimes, a hug is worth more than 1,000 speeches. Pride does not build homes. Forgiveness does. And if you feel like you can't forgive, that they hurt you too much, look back at Christ. Look at His example. He forgave from the cross. Without conditions. Without reservations. Colossians 3 verse 13 says it clearly, bear with each other and forgive one another, as the Lord forgave you. It doesn't say, if they apologize first. It doesn't say, if they deserve it. It says to forgive as He forgave you. Freely. Completely. Lovingly. Maybe you're thinking, but I've already tried so many times. And that's okay. But try one more time. Because as long as that knot remains in your chest, you won't truly be at peace. Because God doesn't just want a clean house. He wants a home where love reigns. And true love only grows in the fertile soil of forgiveness. This isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about letting go of the weight you carry. About allowing yourself to move forward lighter. About letting your home become a safe space once again. Take this day. Call that person. Send that message. Ask that uncomfortable question. Open your heart. Cry if you need to, but don't stop. Because if you manage to restore even one relationship, you will have done much more than tidying a shelf or scrubbing the floor. Let every corner of your home be a witness to reconciliation. Let the living room remember that overdue conversation. Let the kitchen hear that "forgive me." Let the dining room offer not just bread, but also peace. God is not looking for perfect homes. He is looking for honest homes, where wounds are treated, not hidden. Where conflicts aren't covered in silence, but faced with humility. And when you do it, when you restore even a small bond, you will see how the atmosphere changes. How the house breathes differently. How the Spirit of God moves more freely. Today, you are not just cleaning a place. Today, you are cleaning relationships. And that kind of cleaning can't be seen with the eyes, but it is felt in the soul. And it changes everything. Day 5. Dedicate a space to faith. We've reached the point where your house already looks different. It's cleaner, lighter, more alive. But now comes something that is often forgotten, even though it is the most important, the soul of the home. That little corner that, no matter what's happening around you, reminds you who you are and to whom you belong. This isn't about creating an imposing altar. You don't need an entire room or to spend money. You just need intention, faith, and a place you can look at in the middle of chaos and remember, God is here. That space can be as simple as a small table by your bed, a shelf in the living room, a kitchen corner. What matters is not the size, but what it represents. A corner where you sit, even if just for 5 minutes, and say, "Lord, here I am." A place where you can open the Bible without distractions. Where you can light a candle and remember that the light of Christ never goes out. Where you can write a prayer, or simply cry in silence, knowing that God hears even your tears. Modern homes are full of spaces for everything, for watching TV, for cooking, for storing clothes. But, where is the space for faith? Where is the corner that tells your children, "Here we seek God"? Where is the place that lifts you up when you feel like you can't go on? That little home altar may seem insignificant, but it becomes the strongest point of your home. It's the place where you sow prayer and reap peace. Where you speak to the Father and receive direction. Where your days are filled with purpose, not just tasks. Place your Bible there, even if it's open to just one verse that sustains you. A candle, as a symbol of divine light. A cross, if you have one. A notebook to write your thoughts, your struggles, your gratitude. A photo of someone you're praying for. Whatever you place there, let it speak of your walk with God. That space becomes your refuge. And when the hard days come, because they will, you'll know where to go. Not just with your feet, but with your heart. Because having a physical space dedicated to God is like having a daily reminder that you are not alone. That your home has spiritual roots, not just nice decor. And that place also speaks without words. Your children, your spouse, your visitors will see that this is a home with a center, a source, a living faith. And that transforms, inspires, and shakes hearts. You don't need to wait for the perfect time or for everything to be in order. Start today. Take 5 minutes. Look around. Where can you create that little corner of faith? Maybe it already exists, it just needs to be rescued. Maybe it's been waiting for you for years. And once you have it, take care of it. Pray there. Read there. Be silent there. Fill that space with presence. Because you're not just dedicating it, you're consecrating it. You're saying, "Lord, this house is yours. This corner is yours. And this heart is yours too." Your home needs more than external cleanliness. It needs deep roots. It needs an anchor in the middle of the storm. It needs a light that doesn't go out with the currents of the world. And you can light it today. In the small. In the simple. In the sacred. Day 6. Teach through example. Today is a different kind of day. Not so much about doing, but about being. Because sometimes the real change at home isn't in what you clean, throw away, or decorate, but in what you project. In what you radiate. In what you inspire without speaking. What good is a tidy house if your children don't understand the value of effort? What good is cleaning if your partner sees you exhausted and bitter, and doesn't understand why you're doing it? The real power is in teaching, but not through complaints, through example. Many times, as women, we fall into that cycle of doing everything alone. Because no one does it like I do, it's my job, if I don't do it, it won't get done. But the issue isn't just physical exhaustion. It's that when we do everything without involving others, without teaching, without sharing the purpose, we end up creating homes where one person carries it all, while the rest just watch. Today is the day to break that cycle. It's not about imposing. It's about inviting. Involving your loved ones not through complaints, but through inspiration. Showing them that order is not a punishment, but a blessing. That cleaning is not a burden, but an act of love. That cooking, tidying, folding laundry, it's not servitude, it's service. And service, when done with the right heart, shapes character. It transforms families. Want your children to be tidy? Let them see you tidying with joy. Want your husband to help? Let him see you doing things with purpose, not with frustration. Let them feel that you're building something bigger than a clean house, you're building a home with foundation. Don't give speeches. Set an example. Don't wait for gratitude. Be generous. Don't demand help. Invite with tenderness. Sometimes a smile while sweeping says more than a 10-minute sermon. Sometimes a "will you help me do this so we can do it together" means more than a "I always have to do it myself." And if they don't respond as you hoped, keep planting seeds. Example doesn't yield instant fruit. Sometimes it's planted today and blooms years later. But trust me, it blooms. Your children will remember more how you acted than what you said. They'll remember your attitude, your composure, your peace. They'll remember if you were one to yell or one who taught with love. If you were one who complained or one who led with gentleness. They are watching you. Always. Even when it doesn't seem like it. And they're learning. Proverbs 31 verse 27 says it clearly, "She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness." That woman is not yelling orders. She's not lamenting. She is watchful, attentive, present. She doesn't waste time on useless complaints or comparisons. She acts. And by acting, she teaches. Today, don't just clean. Shape. Leave a mark. Let your children see in you a woman of action, of faith, of purpose. Let your partner know that this home is not held up by miracles alone, but by a woman who trusts in God and does her part with excellence. They might not say it out loud. They might not even notice it now. But they will feel it. They will absorb it. And one day, when it's their turn to build their own homes, your example will be their foundation. Do it for yourself, but also for them. Because a woman who leads from the heart doesn't just transform her house, but generations to come. Day 7. Be grateful. Today, there's no need to move furniture, clean, or organize. Today is for looking, breathing, feeling. Today is for slowly walking through each corner of your home and seeing, beyond what your eyes can perceive, what really happened this week. Maybe there are still dishes to wash. Maybe the toys are out of place again, or the laundry is waiting its turn. But that doesn't matter. Because today is not about what's missing, but about what's already been transformed. Your house, your refuge, your sacred space, is no longer the same. Something changed. Not just because of what you physically did, but because of what you healed in the invisible. Because yes, you cleaned, but you also prayed. You organized, but you also let go. You opened the windows, but also your soul. You forgave, you taught, you sowed, you believed. And that can't be seen. But it can be felt. Walk. Go room by room. In silence, if you can. Look at the dining table and remember the conversations that could be born there. Look at the living room, where perhaps there were arguments, and now you dream of laughter. Enter the kitchen, the kids' room, the bathroom. And as you walk, Don't criticize, don't point out what's still missing. Be thankful for what now is. Maybe there were tears this week. Maybe there were moments when you questioned if all the effort was worth it. But look at it now. It's not just your house that looks different. It's you. Something inside you became stronger, clearer, more connected to what truly matters. God never asked for perfection. He never has. He looks at the heart. He sees the intention behind every act. He sees your silent dedication, your prayers amidst the noise, your tired steps that still kept moving forward. So today, as you finish this challenge, as you close this week, don't focus on what's still pending. Look to Him, the one who has been with you from the first day, the one who gave you strength when you thought you had nothing left, the one who held you while you cleaned, while you cried, while you taught. Give thanks. Give thanks for every space that now breathes differently, for every conversation that maybe still hasn't happened, but you've already planted with love. Give thanks for your body, for your hands that did so much, for your eyes that now see more clearly, for your faith that may have wavered but did not go out. Give thanks for your home, for your people, for the roof that covers you. Give thanks even for what you don't yet understand, because thanksgiving is not a logical response. It's an act of faith. It's saying, Lord, I don't have it all, but I have you, and that's enough. You can light a candle if you want. You can play a song. You can take a notebook and write down what you felt in these 7 days. Or you can simply close your eyes and say, thank you, God. Thank you because this house is not perfect, but it is full of you. Remember this, a house is not holy because it is clean, but because it is alive. Because it is full of love, of faith, of intention. And today your house breathes differently. Today your house became a home again. Thanks to you. And thanks to Him. Now, rest. And celebrate. Because what you did this week was no small thing. It was sacred. This challenge is not just about cleaning. It's not another routine, nor a list of tasks to feel better for a few hours and then go back to the same emotional mess. This challenge is about restoration. Returning to the origin. Remembering that your home is a reflection of your inner self, and when everything outside looks chaotic, it's often because there are things inside that also need healing. A house ordered according to the Word is not a house without stains or dust. It's a house where peace reigns, even though the dishes are not done. It's a house where purpose is breathed, even though there are things to fix. It's a house where each day, though imperfect, is lived with gratitude, with faith, with intention. A house where the presence of God is not only mentioned, but felt. In the words, in the gestures, in the way you love. You are not here by chance. If this message reached you, it's because there's something your heart needed to remember. Maybe you felt like you carry everything. That no one notices what you do. That keeping everything together sometimes hurts more than you'd like to admit. But listen to me, you were not called to carry it all alone. You were called to build. To build on rock. To care for the heart of your home, not with impossible demands, but with wisdom, with love, with purpose. I invite you to take these 7 days with determination. Not to impress anyone. Not to make your home look like it came out of a magazine. Not to post a pretty picture. But to honor the calling you have as a woman, as the guardian of your home, as the daughter of a God who sees in secret, who knows your effort, who walks with you while you pick up, while you cook, while you pray for your loved ones. Each step of this challenge is not just a step toward a cleaner home. It is a step toward a stronger heart, toward a clearer mind, toward a more vibrant faith. Because when you rise up with purpose, something moves in your home. When you pray while sweeping, the heavens listen. When you forgive, when you teach, when you give thanks, you are not just changing your house. You are changing generations. If this touched your heart, if something inside you said, this is for me, then don't ignore it. Subscribe. Share this video with another woman who needs to hear this. Who needs hope. Who needs to remember who she is. And start today. Today, not tomorrow. Not when you have more time, or when everything is easier. Today. Because your home doesn't need perfection. It needs purpose. And that purpose, you already have inside you. Now all that's left is to activate it. And God will do the rest.